We are back here with Brad Guidera and Angel Melendez, two big winners here in the category of Outstanding Achievement for Information / Instructional. So you won for Drawn to Combat, Bill Mauldin, and the Art of War. Wow, this seems like a pretty intense project. Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, so the project was focused on telling the story of a cartoonist who served in World War II. He dedicated his life to cartooning and wanted to serve in the military and was able to tell very detailed stories about the men who were on the front line and kind of just shed some light as to the reality of what the situation was on the front line in comparison to what the world, I would say the Army was trying to convey to the U.S. Media. It was like
So he had the real story here.
he had the real story,
And he happened to be a cartoonist.
he happened to be a cartoonist. Yeah.
Fascinating.
Such power in imagery, as those of us that are in television media, film, certainly know the power that images, cartoons as well can hold. Brad, tell us a little bit about your role on this project and the significance of telling a story that goes back in time and how it's relevant today.
Sure. Well, this project came to as a kind of a need during the pandemic. We at the Pritzker Military Museum and Library, we're a museum. We count on people being in the halls itself. We couldn't do that over 2020, so we produced these virtual tours. One last year, one this year for the Bill Mauldin Drawn to Combat project, and I felt like we grew from our last virtual tour. Can you repeat the question?
No, it's okay. It's a bit nerve-wracking a little bit. I mean, you're coming off some fresh excitement.
Yes, yeah, very
statues.
excited. Yes.
And so obviously it is a museum, and we learn so much from our history. Is there a particular takeaway that you wanted folks to know, going back to World War II and now to right now? America is, of course, not directly involved in combat, but thinking of something like Ukraine sending over weapons. How is this relevant to an audience today? What is the message?
Well, I think it's maybe just calling attention, kind of what Angel touched on, to what kind of the reality of war is. I think sometimes we get this, maybe some in the media is swinging, but Bill Mauldin kind of told it how it was, for better or worse, and he was able to get that point across, much to the chagrin of some of the upper echelon of the Army. So
those are, again, some of the most important stories to tell, the ones that folks want uncovered. Angel, can people watch this still?
Yeah, no, so I think the most important thing that I took away from it is that his cartoons were essentially focused on addressing issues of his time: social injustice, racism, all the issues, environmental issues, and what makes it so relevant is that we're still dealing with these issues today. And so even though he started his cartooning career in the military, he got out of the military, he worked for Chicago Sun-Times, he did cartooning there, and he was able to really attack politicians who were corrupt, and he was always going after like the presidents and certain political figures. And those issues that he was dealing with during those times are still relevant today. And so I think we have to look at that and realize like how much has things changed from the time that he was serving in the military in 1945, 46, and now, 2022. How much has that changed? I think that's the question we like to leave with people and maybe spark some kind of call to action.
All right. Well, then people are going to. Where can they see this now?
So right now we have it on our website, pritzkermilitary.org.
Pritzker Military Library.
Yes. And then we also we have a YouTube page. We've been expanding a lot of our content on YouTube. So you could probably look up Drawn to Combat, Bill Mauldin and the Art of War. You could look that up, and you'll find it on YouTube as well.
All right. The
Now
Emmy
Emmy
Award-winning
yes.
Drawn to Combat, Bill
Yes.
Mauldin and the Art of War. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
Congrats,
Coming
Angel.
right back.